Welcome back, YouTube family. I'm your host, Eastside Legend, and today I'm just gonna play a couple videos, let y'all hear the audio, and then I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Let's get ready, y'all.
Of colors, styles, and even character designs. Plus, enjoy free helium.
A lot of our women
Do you agree that we all grieve different? I slept with 4 guys in 1 week. Yep. This was around the time when I was grieving my marriage, though. I was grieving my marriage and I was going through serious depression this one time. This was actually about a year to a year and a half after I had gotten divorced, and I did the filing for the divorce. Yes. I had sex with 4 men all in 1 week.
Hell no. Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all just hear what she said? She left her husband to go have sex with 4 different men. Ladies, this is not the move.
If you want to hear this story, you gotta comment so I can pull apart the story one by one. I do want to talk about them, and I want to talk about what I learned from each situation and why I ended each situation. If you like this kind of content, you know what to do.
listen. I think it's unfortunate that a lot of our women are unhealed and making these types of decisions. Women.
Yeah, this is crazy. You left your husband, had sex with 4 men in 1 week. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman don't care about her health. She don't care about her ex-husband. She don't care about nobody. Like, this is what you call selfish. The only good thing I can say is at least she filed for a divorce before she started sleeping with the 4 men. But let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. She left her husband. Ain't no telling how long they've been together. All the years, all the work they didn't put into building what they had, it all went down the drain. And women to leave a marriage just because they're not happy. Women will sacrifice their family for their happiness. Men will sacrifice their happiness for their family. That's the plot twist.
Are comfortable coming to social media with these types of stories because in some way, shape, or form, it's going to end up being some type of an empowerment situation where women are going to justify her behavior and coddle her behavior and make it seem as if that is okay. And the reason why I believe that it's not okay is because women are very, very crucial when it comes to blaming men for their lack of self-awareness, their lack of being emotionally intelligent, their lack of being healed and whole from childhood trauma or toxic situations in their past. Women hold men to a strict standard, and there's no excuses if men have not healed or if men are doing things out of trauma or if they're using certain things like this as an excuse to heal themselves from past issues or toxic relationships or whatever. But women get the excuse to go out and be hoish as a way of justifying their poor behavior based on poor decisions, and then wonder why they fail when it comes to relationships, wonder why men are moving the way they're moving. They're still confused as to why men are operating and moving the way that they're moving in this.
The women in our community, the black community, they fought to be liberated from men. They fought to have education, jobs, and to be independent. So fast forward 50, 60 years later, everything they fought for has backfired on them. Education. Most women in our community is in debt because of education. They pay all that money to go to school, and now they in debt. And they always talk about how they has the highest degree, they has the most degrees. They don't have the most degrees. They just the most enrolled. Women fought for equal rights. But now they want to go back to being treated like a woman. You had a husband already, but he wasn't good enough. So you just had to go back to the streets. Oh, trust me, the sisterhood is proud of her.
Current state when it comes to dating and relationship in modern society. She's talking about this and there's no real shame in her game. She's almost smirking about it like it's a joke. She's saying she decided to leave her marriage, which is not a shock because most women, statistics show that most women are the ones who walk away from their marriages with no real reasons behind doing such, but for the simple fact that they got bored or...
Let's blame Ronald Reagan. If you know who Ronald Reagan is, comment down below. Ronald Reagan passed a law called no-fault divorce, which means a woman can leave her husband for no reason. And she can take half or whole of what he make for that year. So if you wondering why men in America don't want to get married, this is one of the reasons why. No-fault divorce. In the black community, most marriages don't last 3 to 5 years.
They grew apart, things that really do not add up to you or justify you walking away from your marriage. Because a marriage, you're supposed to work on your issue. As soon as it doesn't serve you or you feel like you're bored, that's not a good enough reason for you to walk away. But then you walk away, then you talk about having this whole phase, basically. A lot of women walk away from their so-called boring marriages because they want to go out and be for the streets. They want to go out and try a bunch of different men, and being in that marriage was holding you back. And then once you get out there and you expose yourself to that and you realize it ain't really nothing else out there for you, you just put yourself in a position that really doesn't help you. Going out feeling free and empowered to go out and put your body out there on different men in the name of, oh, I'm going through something emotionally, but you chose that. You chose to be a single woman. You chose to walk away from your marriage. So how?
This is what happens when women want to be on their own. And they want to run the streets. But remember, ladies, your body, your choice. Can't blame nobody for that. You can't blame men. You can't blame women. You can't blame animals. Your body, your choice. So if you pregnant, that's your choice. If you overweight, that's your choice. Your body, your choice. They say it's their body, their choice. But as soon as something happened, they blame men for everything. It's women out here blaming men for being overweight. It's women out here blaming men for being pregnant. They blame men for everything. Let's go to the next clip. And then as soon as she run around and have her whole phase. Now remember, she left her husband. Now as soon as she start running around and she have her whole phase, she gonna start telling the younger sisters that all men ain't shit.
Well, this is where...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second clip. I'm going to play the video. I'm going to let y'all listen to the audio, and then I'm going to give my opinion.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
All new at 6, Detroit police make an arrest in a disturbing case of sexual assault. Detroit police say a social media post led investigators to the suspect. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
Good evening. I'm Karen Drew, in for Kimberly Gill. The attack happened Labor Day over at Van Antwerp Park, and that's near St. Martin's and Pinehurst. That's where police say the victim was forced from her vehicle. Victor Williams joins us now live with more on this really disturbing case. Victor?
Yeah, disturbing indeed, Kieran and Ty. You have to imagine just how traumatizing this had to be for this woman sitting in a friend's car when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone walks up and then they force you right into this porta potty. Well, this is where the alleged rape took place, but thankfully the person responsible is now in custody.
When he was finished?
This is disgusting. This is sick, man. I'm glad they caught that nasty motherfucker. You mess with the wrong people, man. In Detroit, you would get your you would get your issue. I'm telling you. That motherfucker was sick. Y'all just heard the story. He pulled up on a random woman, forced her into a porta potty, and took advantage of her. He had his way with her. Good thing is, they caught his nasty ass. Bad thing is, that girl has to live with trauma for the rest of her life. Because scumbags like this. Ladies, get a weapon. I don't care if it's a knife, gun, pepper spray, brass knuckles. Ladies, get a weapon or take a self-defense class. In my opinion, do both.
He fled the area.
Investigators tell us the woman was sitting in a friend's car at Van Antwerp Park on August the 1st around 9:55 p.m. when a man allegedly forced her out of the vehicle at gunpoint and told her she needed to go to the porta potty. When she refused, that's when he allegedly fired a shot at the ground and made it clear he was serious. After the terrifying sexual assault took place in the porta potty, the man ran away from the area, but it didn't take long for DPD's sex crimes unit to open up an investigation after finding out about the incident. Initially, the woman did not go to the police. Instead, she went to social media, releasing a photo of a guy and his name. Once police were actually informed, that's when they opened their investigation to see if this happened to any other women in the area. Police from there were able to find the man when the victim pointed him out.
I'm glad they caught that sick motherfucker. Just so y'all know, this was on the Detroit West Side. This is sick, man. But stuff like this happen every day. And I pray for my people. I pray for all my people out here, man, because we living through some tough times, man. And if you living on the west side of Detroit and you a female, have a man with you or get a weapon. Because it's sick fuckers like this that's all over Detroit, not just the west side. Let's get back to the story.
During a suspect lineup. People living nearby can't believe that this took place so close. They also can't believe that the suspect potentially also lives in the area.
I'm up here on a daily, and he's up here too almost on a daily. And it's like to the point like he never gave that attention to the point that he wanted like to even do something like that. And we all was kind of shocked about it. Like everybody up here like he never gave that attention.
Now, police say that a rape kit helped in the investigation. The woman was able to actually go to the hospital and get that rape kit. We are told also this man is yet to be charged, but as this does take place, he is expected to be charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Live on the west side, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Wow, it's so scary for that woman, obviously, and all the families that...
I'm glad they caught his ass, man. This story is crazy, man. We're gonna go on to the next story. I need some comments down below. Do y'all like when I do these longer videos? Or do y'all like it when I do the shorts? I just need to know what's going on. Is y'all feeling me, man? Is y'all rocking with me, man? You feeling me, B? You know, you rocking with me? Gold BBSs, man. You see how I'm playing. But yeah, man. This story crazy, man. Let's move on to the next story.
To several charges, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors say Hobson stabbed 4 people, 2 fatally, after an argument over someone dancing with his girlfriend. This happened August 9th at a backyard pool party at an Airbnb near East 7 Mile in Fleming. Hobson, who was on parole for a previous assault, will remain in jail. Bond can be reviewed at the next hearing on September 16th. If convicted, he faces life in prison.
The woman accused of stabbing and killing her manager at a McDonald's in East Point was back in court today. Afeni Badu Muhammad.
It's a lot going on. We got to go back a little bit. We got to go back. Did y'all hear that?
Wow, so scary for that woman, obviously, and all the families that visit there. All right, we know you'll stay on top of it. We appreciate it. Thank you, Victor. Bond denied for a Detroit man charged in a deadly pool party stabbing. 31-year-old Dewana Hobson pled not guilty to several charges, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors say Hobson stabbed 4 people, 2 fatally, after an argument over someone dancing with his girlfriend. This happened August 9th at a backyard pool party at an Airbnb near East.
So as y'all can hear, Bond denied. He stabbed 4 people at a pool party. Rumors say he brought his moms to a pool party on Detroit East Side. They just said something about he was dancing on somebody's girl. And that led to him stabbing 4 people but killing 2 of them. Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. But the fucked up thing about it, he killed his own homeboy. He was trying to break up the fight. But that's good that the bond denied. That's a good thing. Because you killed 2 people. Like, your homeboy, first off, he was innocent. And then the girl that you killed, she didn't even have no weapon. So it's kind of like you went overboard. So I can see why the bond has been denied. Now, I know some people going to disagree with me, but I don't expect everybody to agree with me. It's fine. You feel me? It's fine with me. We going to keep it going, man.
7 Mile and Fleming. Hobson, who was on parole for a previous assault, will remain in jail. Bond can be reviewed at the next hearing on September 16th. If convicted, he faces life in prison.
The woman accused of stabbing and killing her manager at a McDonald's in East Point was back in court today. Afeni Badu Muhammad is facing first-degree murder, accused of killing 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, a mother of 6. Noel Friel joins us live with the details. And Noel, criminal proceedings against Muhammad could be paused. That's because experts need to determine if she's competent to stand trial.
Yeah, that's right. Muhammad's attorney...
I'm pretty sure y'all heard about this story. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all heard about this story. Lady crazy as hell, man. And then you talking about the lady mean, she a bully. If it was that bad, why you ain't quit? If it was that bad, why you ain't call corporate? Some of these people just be living on the edge. They ready to snap. It don't take much because they already living on the edge. And a lot of these people got loose screws, man. They mind ain't all the way there. And I ain't even gonna say it's a mental problem. I just say they just don't give a fuck. Like around Detroit, man. And this story took place in what? Roseville, East Point. But it don't matter where you at. It can go down. She stabbed that lady like 15 times. All because she sent her home and they both work at McDonald's. You stab your manager 15 times. That's sick as hell. She need to do life. And the other guy that stabbed them 4 people at the party, that y'all just heard about that, they both need to do life. Death row for both of their ass. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep letting these people back out on the street and then they end up hurting somebody else again. It's crazy, man.
He ordered her to undergo a mental competency evaluation to determine whether she'll be able to understand the charges against her and participate in her own defense. One of the charges she's now facing is for being a habitual offender. We've now uncovered that charge is tied to another stabbing case in another state where Muhammad pled guilty. Loved ones of Jennifer Harris will have to continue to wait for justice as Afeni Muhammad undergoes a mental competency evaluation to determine if she's competent to go to trial.
I knew she was being interviewed. I've spoken to the doctor. In regards to the time of the report, we leave it to discretion on when we want to come back.
Muhammad's defense attorney, Joshua Jones, requested the exam. If she's found to be mentally unfit, the case will be put on pause.
Procedurally here in Michigan.
See, this the shit I'm talking about. Ain't nothing mentally wrong with her. You chose to stab that woman 15 times. You chose to work at that McDonald's job. You chose to fill out the application. You chose to go to work that day. It ain't no goddamn mental problem. This the shit I be talking about. People just like to do fucked up shit. And they ain't got nothing to do with no mental problem. Some people just don't give a fuck. You know what? I hope they both get life. Cause shit like this is sick. You know what? Like, comment down below if I should do more longer videos. If I should just keep doing the shorts. Let me know. I need this.